Hey everyone, we just transitioned into August and we're getting a tractor set up right now to go over to the grass field and do the fertilizing on that. We'll put a worker on this, and then there's a few other things we need to do today. So let's get this guy started here on fertilizing, and then we're going to jump over to the barn. We need to get some crop in the ground today, so some seeding and fertilizing is going to happen. We may actually sell our cedar. I was thinking about this earlier today. We may sell the Great Plains cedar and lease a larger cedar for this season, just to get crops in the ground with, and then in December look at purchasing a larger cedar, probably the one we leased today, if it does a good job. I also need to spray the field with herbicide once we get them planted, so I'm looking at grabbing the additional front-mounted tank for the Hardy herbicide sprayer. So let's jump in the pickup truck while our guy is over there fertilizing, and we're gonna head over to the store. We need to pick up some solid fertilizer. We probably need a bag of seeds, and we're gonna take a look at some options for cedars as well. Actually, you know what? Let's not take the truck. Let's take a tractor, and we'll take our cedar with us. The plan is to sell that thing to raise some funds anyway. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll grab the Puma here. We'll get this guy backed in and pick up the cedar, and we'll get over to the dealership. It's raining again. Forecast doesn't show any rain until afternoon today, but I guess it got here a little bit early, so hopefully we can get the rain out of here for a little while at least. I don't think it's going to hurt us on fertilizing or seeding, but it's just kind of a nuisance. Anyway, we'll head over to the dealership and we'll see you guys when we get there. Okay, so we're just pulling into the dealership here, but I think what I want to do is run over to the repair shop first and maybe get this cedar repaired and repainted, just for trade-in value. So let's jump into the repair shop real quick and see what those costs are going to be, and go ahead and get that taken care of. Alright, so we got that sold for $15,000. That was kind of what I was anticipating getting for it anyway, so that's going to work out pretty good for us, at least on paying for the lease and having a little bit of money left over, leasing the cedar for this year. So let's head into the dealership here and see what these guys may have for us. Alright, so there it is. We got the Bedner planter with the fertilizer attachment on it. We grabbed some fertilizer and some seeds while we're in there so we can go ahead and fill this guy up. So let's get him hooked up and back over to the farm. So this cedar has a 6-meter width. A little bit bigger than what we had before. Oh, don't drive over it. It's a brand new piece of equipment. It doesn't even belong to us. So let's see if we're close enough there to get anything filled up. Nope. Alright, so let's get a little bit closer. We got it figured out. We had to unfold the cedar, then open the lids to get it refilled. So we're getting it full of seeds and fertilizer right now. Perfect. Let's shut the lids back up, fold this guy up, and get him back to the farm now. It's that new equipment learning curve. Alright, I'll see you guys back at the farm. Okay, so here we are in our first field. All of our fields have already been cultivated, and this is a direct drill cedar, so cultivating wasn't necessary, but grabbing this thing wasn't something I was thinking of doing at the time either. So now that we've got it, we're going to get a worker in this thing, and we're going to start getting these fields planted and fertilized. While he's doing that, we'll jump back over to the Valtra that's finished up here in this field, and we'll go grab the Hardy herbicide sprayer, get it full, probably run back to the dealership should have taken the truck and trailer, just done all this in one stop. But we'll head back to the dealership and grab that front hopper tank for the Hardy sprayer. And then we can start spraying some herbicide on these fields. Oh, keep it in the road. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna have to jump in there and pull down another tank of herbicide. Alright, let's get this filled up. Perfect. And let's go get that hopper, that front tank. I'll be right back with that. Okay, we're just getting back over to the farm. We ran into a little bit of an issue with the Valtra. It doesn't have a front 3-point hitch, so we had to scrap that plan and come back and get the Dutes. But let's get this new tank filled now, and we will be ready to start spraying some fields. We'll probably start over in the first canola field that we have the worker planting in right now. So as soon as he gets that field planted, we'll jump in and start spraying herbicide over there. In the meantime, I do think we're going to grab the truck and go get the bags of seed and pallets of fertilizer that we left at the dealership. Probably should have taken the truck and the trailer in the first place and just put everything on there. Hindsight's 20/20, right? We're also going to need to move some lettuce and some wool into our bale storage. But like I said earlier, I think we're going to sell some silage at the biogas plant, because right now the price is going pretty high. Let's jump out and see what we have here for silage. Alright, so let's get some silage unloaded and we'll pick it up with the trailer. We'll go ahead and run it by the biogas plant, and then on the way back we'll pick up the items at the dealership. Oh, I knocked some back into the trigger there. Let's see. There we go. Oh, he's going to load them standing up, huh? Okay, we'll get these bales over to the biogas plant. Not going to go that way, though. There's a tractor in the way. We'll get these over to the biogas plant, and we'll get them tossed in and sold off. I'll see you guys when we get there. And we've made it to the biogas plant, so we will pull around back and get these bales thrown into the cell trigger. And I think we're going to have to make a few trips today to get that taken care of, get all the silage sold. There we go. You gonna take these? I have silage. Would you like this? Would you like to have the silage? Maybe. Maybe not. Interesting. We can definitely hand unload this. Go. There you go. Alright. So about 10, 12 grand on that load of silage. I think we may get the bale trailer when we come back. It seems to hold quite a few more bales, and so we won't have to make as many trips. So on the way back, we will stop off by the dealership, and we're going to pick up the seeds and the fertilizer that we have there. And I think I'm going to pick up another container of herbicide, just so that we have it on hand, because we do have those 3 fields to spray today, once they get planted. And then it'll just be nice to have a little bit of extra on hand in case we run out with what's in our tanks right now. We won't have to make that additional trip to the dealership to pick up supplies. So off to the dealership we go, and we'll pick up our things and take them to the farm. And here we are. Let's jump out, grab our pallet here, a couple of bags, and then we'll run inside and get another pallet of herbicide. Grab that herbicide and we'll get back over to the farm. A couple of pallets. 1 is none and 2 is 1, right? So I'll make sure that we had plenty at the farm in case we need extra, and we'll definitely use it in our fields coming up. Get these strapped in. There we go. And off to the farm we go. I think once we get back, we should be able to move our planter or our seeder over into the next field, and we should be able to get our worker to spray the first field that was just seeded and fertilized. So let's get back and get that done. We should be able to see as we come around the corner here how far he's gotten along, or if he's finished yet. Looks like he may be finished or finishing up. Alright. There he is. Looks like he's making that last pass on his last headland. Perfect. Perfect timing. There's our silage that we need to pick up. We're going to use the other trailer for that today. So we're going to park this one right here. Drop it off. We'll go get our bale trailer. There we go. Much better situation there for loading. Alright, let's get some more silage. Round bud silage. Go, get those. Get those loaded. And we'll latch those things down. Shut this truck off. Oh, we got lots of lettuce coming out of the greenhouse. Let's run over and grab our herbicide sprayer. Actually, let's get our case here with the planter. Get it out of the field. Let's get this. Let's get it folded up. Get it out of the field. We'll actually get it over into the next field. So, run it over to the river bottom. Looks like we didn't use very much fertilizer or seed, so we're in good shape there. These tanks are pretty large on this seeder, so it carries enough fertilizer and enough seed. So I think the plan is going to be at this point hanging on to the crops or the grain that we have in the silo now, and then buying this field next, depending on what our harvest income is. But I think that's going to be what we're going to shoot for. I'm going to take a look at that field and see what's planted in it right now. So let's get this worker set up to go here. I'd like for you to work the headland first, please. And then we'll hop out. I'll let him get going. I'm going to check this field. So this field is spinach, and I don't have any equipment to harvest spinach. So hopefully by the time we buy that field, it's been harvested and planted with something that we're capable of harvesting. Or I guess we could look at getting some equipment. I was thinking maybe the next equipment that I would like to get into would be corn, sunflowers, or soybeans. But I think that big field there that we just left, if we buy all three of those fields and combine them into one, would make a great cornfield. So that's kind of what I've got in my head right now for long-term future on this farm. Alright, let's get our sprayer into the field so that we can knock these weeds down that are growing and not have to deal with them or see them for the rest of the season. Alright, it's going to unfold there. Good. And then we'll get back to the truck and we'll get the silage over to the biogas plant. So things seem to be progressing pretty well, and we'll hop in the F-250 and we will see you guys again at the biogas plant. There we go. Take them all. Take them all. Perfect. 31,000 for that load. So, good deal. That's a pretty good return on silage 1 month after cutting it. So, biogas plant seems to more recently have the best prices for silage sales than anywhere. So as long as that's the case, I'll continue to drive to the opposite side of the map from my farm and drop them off. So we'll head back over to the farm and we'll see you guys there. Alright, so here we are back at the farm. Let's hop out. Let's get some more silage unloaded here. That actually, no, there's some more in the back, I see. Let's see, you got some ground bales of grass. There's some straw. Well, it looks like we have some silage that hasn't, some grass that hasn't changed to silage yet. So we definitely don't want to grab that. It's not going to bring any money over to the, it's not going to bring any money at the biogas plant. And I think we may just hang on to these other 2 bales of silage for now. So we'll go ahead and drop this trailer off. And as I came through, it looked like our worker was just about finished spraying the field with herbicide, so we can go and get him down to the river bottoms so that he's ready to spray once our seeder is finished over there. Go ahead and back up to this trailer again too and get hooked up. That way we can take it into the shed and unload once we get our sprayer taken care of. This guy's doing a great job, finished his headlands and is now working on his ups and downs. So looking good there. Alright, let's get our tractor started up. Still have plenty of herbicide. Looks like we may be able to spray all of our fields with these 2 tanks today, so that would be a great situation there, not have to refill any and can just get the job done. So here we go. Watch out for traffic. And we'll just get him staged up and ready to go down on the field here. Perfect. All right. Get our truck pulled around. Gonna unlash right here. We're gonna hop out. We're gonna take these seed bags inside the main part of the shed and store them. Don't fall off there. We're going to store these guys inside the main shed itself. The seed bags don't get used very often. Just got to be sure not to forget about them. Here we go. That way they're not taking up room on the shelf in there that we typically use for herbicide and fertilizer. Let's get these guys strapped down before they fall off, because that seems... Actually, let's just give them a little nudge. There we go. Strap that one. And we'll strap that one. Perfect. Oh, not perfect. Not even close to perfect. Let's go get this tank picked up here. Don't turn it over. Don't turn it over. There we go. And let's set it down. Right there. Alright, now we're in good shape. Strap that. And I got a hold of the truck. Don't want to do that. Alright. After a couple of major issues, we are back on track for getting things taken care of. Alright. Now, let's see. Let's be gentle. Right? Get this tank put back in the shelf. Good. Scoot this one over to give ourselves plenty of room for the new herbicide pallets. There we go. And get right inside there. It's number 2 or 3. This guy. And that'll be our 4th herbicide pallet. I like to have plenty of herbicide on hand. Alright, and then some solid fertilizer. We'll get that up on the shelf. There we go. All right. And while we have the truck and trailer out, we'll go ahead and pick up what wool that we do have. over at the sheep barn, bring it over and put it in the bale or in the storage barn, and we'll do the same thing with the lettuce. Gotta get closer than that. That means I have to get better at backing up trailers. Let's see, here we go. Don't want to hit the wall, but we want to pick up the wall. Oh, we're gonna hit it off. Got a little bit of it loaded. Alright. We did not want these grass bales. So they have to go back in the shed. Oh, I'm stuck. There we go. That could have gone bad. There you go. And then we've got the one more. Actually, while we're here, I'll go ahead and grab this bale of wool. I'll go ahead and put it on the trailer. There we go. And then we'll run to the other side, grab this one last grass bale. And of course we knock a wool bale off the trailer. Get that put in there. Go back to the trailer. Of course. Absolutely, of course. We knock another bale off the other side. Let's see. Let's get this up on. Oh, there we go. Just gonna put you on the back right here. Are you kidding me? This is not my day for super strength, that's for sure. Alright, slowly and gently we put it on the trailer. Good, now run and strap it down. Alright, that is a terrible load, but hey, whatever gets the job done, right? Alright, so we'll get this over to the storage shed and get it dropped inside. There we go. Got our wool put away. And we're going to drive through the center here and pick up our lettuce. We're going to pay very special attention to not messing any of it up as we load it. Perfect. Alright, now let's try to go backwards. Oh, see, so far so good. And we're going to run over to the other greenhouse, grab the lettuce off of there. I've been thinking of doing some groundwork improvements here and kind of changing all this into gravel. Of course, it does look good as grass. We don't really have a whole lot that we have to do. Well, we don't have any kind of upkeep to do for it. So maybe we'll just leave it grass. I'm not sure yet. Still thinking that through. But we'll get the lettuce over into the storage shed as well. And leave some room for the rest of it to spawn out. There we go. Alright. Get our truck turned around so that we can put our trailer away. There we go. See, it shouldn't be that difficult. I don't understand. Sometimes I have issues with it, sometimes I don't. Alright, so we'll leave our gooseneck trailer there. Let's drive over, see where we're at on on seeding the river bottoms field. And once we get that taken care of, we can get that sprayed. We can get our seeder up here on the top field and get that taken care of. How are we doing? Looks like he's just about to finish up. And yeah, he is just about to finish up. Maybe 1.5. Well, after this he'll have maybe 2 passes at the most to finish that up with. And looks like this seeder and tractor combination are working out really well. Pretty efficient. We're not using very much seed or fertilizer on either of the 2 fields that we've just worked with, which I was expecting to have at least emptied out one of the 2 tanks, either of seed or fertilizer at this point, but doesn't seem like that's the case at all. So I like this seeder. I think let's take a look at price on it. And see if this may end up being our next seeder, which I think it might. 116,000. Yeah, I think we need 240 horsepower, which our case has plenty of horsepower. I think it's 245. It's 6-meter planting width or seeding width, and it's direct drill, so we can forgo cultivating if we wanted to. So I think that's going to be our next equipment investment. Is going to be in this Bedner seeder. I like it. It's doing a great job for us so far. So, and he's just finishing up here, so that's great. Once he finishes up, we'll get him up out of the river bottoms and over by the barn. All right, and we'll get up there, get that job underway to get that seeded, and we'll get the sprayer finishing up down here. One more field to go. Make sure we're gonna mark our headlands first. There we go. Perfect. Now let's get our weeds sprayed with herbicide. This tractor has such a good sound to it. All right. We'll let him go to work there. Actually, I'm really excited about having all of these fields combined into one huge field. I think that's going to be really cool, and make a huge cornfield out of it is what my plan is here. Alright, the sheep look like they're doing well. Let's check and see if there's any grass in their trigger. There is. So those guys are great. Excellent. Alright, let's hop in and take a ride with our seeder. Alright, looks like we're finished up over here. Go out right here. Excellent. Alright, so as soon as our seeder finishes his ups and downs, we'll be ready to put our herbicide on there. And that will get all 3 of our fields planted with canola. I just planted all with canola. It's a crop we can plant now in August. We get them all planted at the same time and can harvest at the same time. And canola seems to have a really good ROI when it comes to time to sell it. So definitely going to keep these fields as canola fields for 1 more year. And after that, we may start making some changes into possibly corn, possibly sunflowers. While I've been waiting on our worker to finish seeding in the field up there, I thought I'd take some time to just clean up some of these bushes, this scrub brush, I guess you could call it, that's down around the river bottom field. I think he's about to finish up, so let's head back over there. But this looks so much better when you get some of that underbrush cut away. It just opens it up, and we'll do some more land management on this part of property in the future. But it does look like our guy is about to be finished with seeding. So let's get back over, get that tractor out of the field, and then we can get our herbicide sprayer back in and finish up. Yep, looks like he just finished. Perfect. Great timing. Let's see. He is done. Alright, so we'll fire up the Dutes and get him set up to spray. Looks like he still has enough herbicide to finish off this field with. That'll be perfect. We'll get the seeder out of the field and delivered back over to the dealership. And keep moving forward with progress. I think this seeder did a great job. I like the fact that it's a direct drill, even though we did a cultivate last month after we harvested. So let's get it folded up here. it would definitely save us from having to cultivate, especially in these fields where we're planting the same thing in it, harvest after harvest. So it cost me $2,400 to lease this machine, which I think is great for a machine that you're only going to use once a year. So I'm all about it. See if we can get it unloaded. There we go. We definitely don't want to turn it back into the dealership with all of our seed and fertilizer in it. So we'll get it back over to the dealership and get it returned, and I think probably by that time our sprayer should be finished up. So just getting back over to the farm after returning the seed, and need to hop out and get these pallets put away. Get that done before he's finished spraying the field. Make sure we get our fertilizer put in the shed there, the garage where we're going to use it next, and we'll get our seed put back in the shed storage. So yeah, there he goes, doing a great job. Looks like he's working on ups and downs, so he should be finishing up any minute. And that's going to put our fields in great shape. So looking at where we're at now, let's jump up here to the calendar. So we plan in August. Of course, it's going to be 11 months or 12 months before we can, 11 months next July before we can harvest. But we still have the harvest from this year that we can sell in December. So we're going to have canola and oat and wheat that we're going to be able to sell at the end of this year. Then we got wool coming up. Looks like next year. We'll sell that, and yeah, just continue to move forward with our plans of expanding into the fields in the river bottom, and combining those fields and being able to do some large-scale farming down there. I know there's some larger fields out on the west part of the map, but just looking at kind of where we're at here close by, right? If you look at the farmland that we own so far, bringing these two fields in, and then possibly this one that Katie owns, she wants $100,000 for it. Not that big of a deal. That would actually put everything south of the railroad tracks and west of the river in our possession here. There's a lot right here between these two where I would like to maybe put a grain mill and continue to grow canola in the top fields, and then take that canola and process it with the grain mill here. So definitely things coming up in the future, and yeah. So let's see how we are here with our sprayer. Looks like he's finishing up his very last pass right now. And we did all three of those fields with the herbicide, and still have some left over in the tank. So good situation there. I like how that went. Seed and fertilizer, we had plenty of that. So everything worked out really well for this planting season. And we'll get this guy folded up, put back in the barn as well. But I think that's going to do it for us for today. A lot of work got done. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me, and as always, if you appreciate or you like this content, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.